Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breech. 2 weeks ago, made a video on the topic of The Miz and his Wrestlemania chances. It was a video response to Freaking 88. I made some good points that a Foley versus Miz match would really, help uh, put Miz over and really elevate him up the card. I made some points that Foley, helped elevate a whole bunch of guys. Got The Rock ready for Austin. Got Triple H ready for the main event. Got Edge ready for the main event. Mick Foley's done a whole lot for a whole lot of people out there. And then after that video came the tweet from Foley, trying to gain a little bit of upper hand. He wants to be a part of the commentating team for Mania. Most importantly, the Hell in the Cell match where he can give his input. Being in Hell in the Cell matches with both Undertaker and Triple H at separate times. And I'm not really game on that. I was never really that big of a fan of Mick Foley and announcing, especially at a big event. On SmackDown, he was okay because SmackDown really is just SmackDown at the end of the day, and he was able to go out there and he was able to have fun, and that was about it. But I don't know, a big event, you need to have guys out there that are really caring about what they're doing and doing their stuff. And then I don't know. I made the video a couple days ago where I was talking about the new, I guess, 12-man tag team match for John Laurinaitis against Team Teddy Long. They're on SmackDown thing over who's going to be the GM of both brands now. I don't know. I just I still am not feeling that match. It doesn't make sense if you have one guy being the GM of both the shows. I guess we're not going to have the draft anymore. I guess then he sort of have to make reference to the light of Raw is your, major leagues and SmackDown is your AAA, and then you bounce guys back and forth. I mean, if one guy's balancing them, he can't draft for each other and he can't trade for the other guys out. I can't remember them doing a trade in a long time. Most of the time, they just had people show up on their team. But I remember like when the first trade happened for Big Show. I think he was traded for the Dudleys and some other people. That was a pretty big deal back in the old days. That was always pretty fun. But now, as we're getting down to it, the Miz isn't going to be in that. I remember when the story came out after I made the video. Basically, it was I made the video. I left to go to work, and as I was going to work, one of the sheets put up the story about the match, and then they put the people who were going to be in it. Read it, didn't think anything of it, and then maybe 15 minutes later, I was like, "Fuck, the Miz wasn't on there." I just assumed they would throw him in there because I was expecting a 6 or an 8-man tag, and then they bumped it up to this big old 10-man tag fiasco, and I just figured he had to be in there. So I went back, checked for a second time, was like, "Fuck, the Miz is not on there. They're really gonna leave the Miz off there." I mean, if he doesn't have a match by now, there's no way he's gonna get the one-on-one thing. And then even on Monday, to add insult to injury, they told him, "Win this match, or this is your last chance. This is it." Um, it sucks. I mean, the Miz, there he is, right there, getting his hand raised last year at WrestleMania. He beat Cena, he beat Rock, and he's gonna get the Lex Luger treatment. If you don't know what the Lex Luger treatment is, he was part of the main event at WrestleMania 10. Um, and after WrestleMania 10, he just lost all. He lost all of his stock in the company pretty much, and they lost all faith in him. Yeah, he wasn't really in the main event, but he was part of the main event picture. He faced Yoko, he lost to the refereeing skills of I think Mr. Perfect. And then come WrestleMania 11, he wrestles in the opening match, and it was him and Davey Boy Smith against somebody else. I can't even remember who the heck they faced, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You go for the main event and nothing. Now it looks like with the Miz is going to be there, and you can't cry for the guy. He's done everything he could this year. I made all the facts for him. They blame him for Survivor Series. They blame him because they can't catch our truth. This, that, and the other. And so he's got a lot of heat on him. But I don't know. If you leave him off, you're screwing yourself. Cena has to have somebody to fight when he comes back after The Rock, because The Rock's not showing up to Over the Limit or Extreme Rules, whatever is the pay-per-view after Mania. It just he's not going to. So you got to have somebody for him to fight. You'll more than likely have Punk versus Jericho in a rematch. Nobody really wants to see Cena just pushed into that feud and make it a three-way. Let them finish and then let them go from there and see what they do. Um, I don't know, but I'm driving to work today and I'm listening to the Observer Radio, and they're talking about this topic about how the Miz doesn't have a match and what they think they're gonna do with him, and they gave their answer to what they think's gonna happen, and I was taking a drink of my Rockstar because I live my life high on energy drinks. When they said what he was gonna do, I spit like in a comedy spit take. I did it, no lie. I spit it all over my windshield because I was like, I like the Miz, but fuck no. They're thinking that the Miz more than likely is gonna have some sort of a run in the main event. That way he gets that main event rub, and that way he's able to have that feud with Cena after that. So I mean, if he's gonna run in there, who the heck's he gonna attack? He has to attack one of them. He's not just gonna run out there, lay one of them out, and then the other one. He says that like that's supposed to like you know, pop the crowd that there was some sort of interference. But I think if the Miz runs out there, even though the Miz is the Miz, that's Rock and that's Cena. They're gonna shit all over that big time, especially if it leads to any sort of a finish. They do say that it'll lead to a false finish. That way, the Miz gets out there, he gets his little moment of shine, and he doesn't really interfere in the match. That who's he? Who does he attack? I mean, if he runs out there and he attacks Cena, that can lead to the next pay per view down the road. But The Rock is the guy that really helped him win the title last year. Rock came down there, restarted the match. Then he took out Cena. The Miz pinned him, but then The Rock came right down and he went after the Miz as well. So and I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with them. We haven't seen the Miz, be involved with these guys since Survivor Series, and after Survivor Series, it was nothing out of his mouth about them pretty much except that they lost. So I don't know. I don't want to see him do it. I think most people would shit all over it if the Miz came running out there like, oh fuck, there he is. But that's what they're talking about. Like it or not, I don't know. I want to see him on the card, but I don't want to see him on the card like that.